unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live.
How would a fight like that play out? You think that, you know, it goes 12 rounds, or you think that your son knocks Haney out?
Listen, my son sparred with him, but that was way back. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. And Devin was doing really good with the jab. But then my son told me in the 5th round, he goes, watch what I'm going to do to him. And my son started slipping that jab, bro. He went inside and almost knocked him out, bro. His father stopped the because we were supposed to do 6 rounds. So I said, when Haney went back, he was like tumbling, like you know, like it looked something like when he fought
Linares?
Yeah, when he fought Linares. That's what he looked like. He's stumbling back to the corner, right? Because my son hit him with like 30 punches with no return. He almost had him, right? And he went tumbling to the corner, and his father is like, yo, it's done. And I said, no, you said 6 rounds, let's go. He said, no, it's enough.
Those were the words of trainer and father of Teofimo Lopez Jr. That was Teofimo Sr. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Shout out to Mill City Boxing. They conducted that interview with Teofimo Sr., and he had a lot to say. I haven't actually got through the whole interview, but I wanted to talk about those comments that he made against Devin Haney. He's claiming that in the Mayweather gym, his son was kind of behind Devin Haney's jab, which makes a lot of sense. And then he said his son said to him that he's going to turn up in round 5 or whatever round he said it was. And then he said from that point, his son caught Devin Haney, hurt Devin Haney, and there was 30 unanswered punches. Now, to me, that sounds like an exaggeration. Again, I wasn't there, but it sounds like an exaggeration. 30 unanswered punches for anybody to not respond. So that sounds like, you know, it sounds like you're putting 2 on 10. But I get it. He's basically saying that Devin Haney got hit with some combinations thereafter and didn't really respond well. And the sparring, which was supposed to go 6 rounds, abruptly came to a halt because of Bill Haney. This, again, the words of Teofimo Sr. He goes on to say that Teofimo received a lot of praise from interested spectators in the Mayweather gym, including Floyd Sr., who revealed that he believes his son has what it takes to become a world champion after seeing him, I guess, have this success with Devin Haney and almost stop a talented fighter like Devin Haney in his gym. This is what Teofimo Sr. is claiming regarding Devin Haney. Now, my name is Ego. I produce boxing content. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. You can hit the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Without further ado, roll the clip.
Hard with him, but that was way back. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. And Devin was doing really good with the jab. But then my son told me in the 5th round, he goes, watch what I'm going to do to him. And my son started slipping that jab, bro. He went inside and almost knocked him out, bro. His father stopped the because we were supposed to do 6 rounds. So I said, when Haney went back, he was like tumbling, like you know, like it looked something like when he fought
Linares?
Yeah, when he fought Linares. That's what he looked like. He's stumbling back to the corner, right? Because my son hit him with like 30 punches with no return. He almost had him, right? And he went tumbling to the corner, and his father is like, yo, it's done. And I said, no, you said 6 rounds, let's go. He said, no, it's enough. You know, so I said, okay. Then Devin goes and sits down, bro. I tell this story all the time. Devin goes and sits down with his gloves and his headgear. He didn't even take nothing down. And he sits down in the corner of the, the ring. He sits down and he's just there. Like just sitting there. You know, like saying, like, what the happened? And then I go down the ring and I'm looking at him, because we over here taking pictures with Roger and Floyd Senior and everybody, and then Floyd Senior comes up to me, he goes, "Yo, man, your son gonna be world champion."
So you heard Teofimo give his rendition of what happened and transpired when his son years ago sparred with Devin Haney. Now, as of me recording the video, I don't think Devin Haney has responded to this, but after this video, I'm sure we might even get something because my channel has an insane reach. So at the end of the day, I think it has a good chance of getting back to Devin Haney. But nonetheless, again, shout out to Mill City Boxing for the interview. My thoughts. I mean, I've spent so many years of my life in boxing gyms, knowing fighters and trainers. So regardless, none of this stuff is really shocking. I mean, I know undefeated fighters. I've seen Olympians and different people, various people get hurt in sparring and nearly stopped. And, there used to be a mantra in the gym, like a brotherhood of what happens in the gym stays in the gym. But depending on who you're talking to, that mantra no longer exists henceforth, where you got a lot of sparring that's leaked, like Rolly Romero was knocked out and dropped in the Mayweather sparring versus John Ingram. And you've seen that recently. You've seen Conor McGregor leak clips of him and Paulie Malignaggi. So we live in that times now, TikTok era, social media era, where a lot of this stuff gets out. So it's a shame. Some people would prefer it to be all the way professional. What happens in the gym stays in the gym. But the reality of it with people in video cameras and the accessibility of it, that's not how it really goes down. My thoughts, being in boxing gyms so many years of my life and knowing fighters again, it's nothing new. Like, some people spar and one guy might get the best of that guy that specific day. There are so many variables that go into sparring. There's times where, let's say, fighter A and B. Fighter A could fight against, in a sparring match, fighter B and know nothing about fighter B. So fighter B might give fighter A a run for their money because you had no concept who this person is. And that sometimes happens to star fighters, where you have a star fighter and everybody knows the star fighter. There's plenty of data on him or her. So you've done your studying. But some other fighters in the gym, he's from Australia or he's from the Midwest or wherever, and you have no concept of who he is, he might give you some work. There's also variances in different situations where one guy is put in fresh and the other guy has already done 15 rounds. The other guy has already sparred with 3 or 4 fresh sparring partners. So by the time you get them, they've already spent some of their energy and you just got to the gym and you're coming in there fresh. So for me, I don't know what happened with Devin Haney and Teofimo. I will be the first to admit that. When I'm not present, I don't pretend to be. I've never had a lie on YouTube, online, or IRL in real life to further my popularity. So I wasn't there for the sparring. Could it happen? Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe exaggerated. Maybe it's a combination of both. I don't know because I wasn't there. I'm sure somebody either A, has a tape, or B, was there for it, because outside of guys like Roger Mayweather, who unfortunately passed, you got guys like Floyd Senior being quoted as being there. So there are people who were definitely there. I don't know if they would talk or say anything about it, but according to Teofimo, there were some people there that witnessed it, as is the case for most sparring. Usually there's going to be some odd witnesses, especially in a high performance and a popular gym like Mayweather. So again, I don't know if it's true. He's telling details and saying Devin Haney looked similar to the Linares fight. And, one could argue, hey, if Jorge Linares is able to rock you with a beautiful combination, Devin Haney, I don't think he initially admitted to being hurt. Post-fight, they asked him about that in the Linares fight. He said he wasn't hurt. But more recently, he did an interview with Bradley Martin on his podcast, and he did admit that one time in his pro career, he was hurt, and it was in that Linares fight. So, I mean, Devin Haney or any other fighter for that matter, no one's indestructible. And again, if Linares can hurt you, then it's possible that Teofimo can hurt you. That being said, Teofimo does have power, possible that he was getting out jabbed and outboxed, and then bam, out of nowhere came with a big shot. That is plausible. It is possible. But that being said, I will say this, it really doesn't matter, because Teofimo stated in this interview that this was years ago. This was years ago when they sparred, before Teofimo had ever been a champion, and definitely before Devin Haney was a champion and undisputed. So a lot of variables. That's why I don't, when I hear these stories, a lot of people like them, but I'm just reporting the news and what's being said. I don't really jump up for joy to hear this, oh, so-and-so, because it really has no indication on what would happen if Teofimo and Devin Haney fought in 2023, based on some stuff in sparring, whether it happened or didn't happen. Because when you got two guys who later became champions, unified champion, and for Devin Haney, an actual undisputed champion, I mean, of course, your confidence and experience automatically will grow with that. Teofimo fought Lomachenko and Devin Haney fought George Kambosos. So again, completely different fight, regardless of whatever happened or didn't happen in sparring. It's completely different now because things have happened. Teofimo has lost as a pro to George Kambosos, a guy who Devin Haney beat in his backyard of Australia twice, and he made it look easy and made it look more violent in the second fight. So, you know, all these stories about people getting caught in sparring, you never really know. But again, it has no bearing on if they were to fight. The other thing is, if the Lopezes thought it was sweet, why didn't they pursue Devin Haney over fights like Kambosos when people have wanted to see those fights for years? So if you hurt Devin Haney and it was easy work, like he's kind of making it sound in the sparring, and you really truly believe that your son got the best of it, then how come you're fighting everybody but Devin Haney if you think it's easy work? Because again, Devin Haney has all the belts. And you, like, obviously they're in two different weight classes right now, but that's, Teofimo got like 2 fights, maybe going on his 3rd fight with Josh Taylor. Beyond that and before that, he was in the same division, and they had even run-ins on like DAZN on a national broadcast. And you never fought him when you were at 135. You fought his leftovers like Mason Menard, but you didn't fight him. Finally, this goes to Teofimo Jr. and Sr. It also makes it where you don't want to necessarily trust the complete story as being told, because I think the Lopezes have told tall tales before or said outlandish things. Like, you have to listen to the full interview, or at least more of it than the snippet that I provided. In this very interview, Teofimo Sr. is saying stuff like, we gave Devin Haney the belt. That makes no sense. How did you give Devin Haney the belt when you guys lost the belt fair and square, then complained and said his esophagus blew up and he was near death and all this pity party stuff? But at the end of the day, none of that happened, and you lost the belt fair and square and were dropped in that fight. Devin Haney beats the guy in the guy's backyard. First fight with the new promoter, had to leave his old promoter in the old situation. So how did you give him anything? You know, that really doesn't make any sense. So when I hear Teofimo Sr. say something that, again, I wasn't there for, possibly is true, maybe his son caught Devin Haney, that's fine and dandy. But when you're also mixing in ludicrous things that you're saying, like you disturbing the peace, you saying that Luda, it makes it hard to believe the whole story, because I'm not trying to decipher and pick and choose portions of the story that may be true and then weed out the other radical, crazy stuff. In the interview, he's saying that they gave Devin Haney the belt. We gave Devin Haney the belt. His son is being underpaid, and his son is saying ESPN can keep the black fighters. So again, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, but it makes it harder for me to believe with full faith Lopez interviews, because of the previous ones. They've said some crazy things. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you believe it was Devin Haney knocked out? Do you have any feedback or intel? If you've seen something that maybe I haven't seen, drop that in the comment section. Let me know how we did. In the video, we unpacked. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.